This channel is sponsored by the Army Painter.
With a new codex comes new detachments, and Imperial Knights have a whole slew of them. Today we're focusing on Valourstrike Lance, a generalist detachment focused around moving fast and blasting your enemies at close range. It favors a varied list without leaning too hard on questoris or armature chassis, and it'll support just about any game plan. If you're a new or returning Imperial Knights player, this will probably be where you want to start. For detachment focuses, codex reviews, and hobby tutorials, subscribe to us here on YouTube. To read more, head to goonhammer.com. Link in the description. Detachment Rule: Bold Gallantry. Each time an Imperial Knights unit from your army advances, you can reroll the advance roll, and the ranged weapons gain Assault. This is a handy detachment ability, giving you some flexibility to get your knights around the table and into position, and it combines well with the eager for the challenge quality to improve your movement and advance rolls. Where this shines is with the trusty thermal lance and cannon on the warglaive and the big knights like the errant, allowing you to get into melt range early and often to blast your opponents off the table. Just remember, you can't advance and perform actions with this detachment, so your big knights may forgo advancing in favor of doing secondaries. The enhancements are fascinating. They all affect one other model, so you won't be handing these bonuses out to the model with the enhancement. You'll need to be mindful about putting these on the model you intend to hand out the buff, not the one you want to have it. Bearer of the Iron Chalice heals a friendly knight for D3 wounds, or 3 wounds if your army is honored. The timing on it is flexible, so you can plan ahead on where you're healing, and it can be handy to top off a damaged knight or clear one out of being bracketed. Bearer of the Evanescent Icon, that's Evanescent, not Seminole 2000's Molgoth band Evanescence, hands out stealth to another knight within 12 inches. On-demand durability makes this enhancement a layup, and you'll take it every time. Bearer of the Judicant's Helm lets one of your knights ignore cover. It's a good buff on lower AP weapons like battle cannons, or turning your melt weapons to a frankly rude AP 5. Bearer of the Lancer's Sigil lets a unit reroll charges, which is always welcome. Just be mindful of how far out your choppy knights are from whoever's got this enhancement. The stratagems focus on versatility, though they're a bit of a downgrade from how they were printed in the book. They're still a solid set of stratagems though. Run Them Through gives one of your units Lance, letting you effectively punch up into harder targets like vehicles or bury something smaller. What's not to like? Thunderstomp gives bonus attacks and AP with the stompy feet of your questoris and dominus knights. It's not something to plan around, but it could be a good fallback if your Crusader or Castellan get charged. Full Tilt gives one knight +2 to movement and advance rolls, making for a more dependable charge or just a speedier round of shooting. It might be overcosted at 2 command points though, especially compared to the version printed in the book. Vow of Retribution gives lethal hits to shooting attacks for one of your knights. Defenders and Crusaders love to see it. Tactical Foil is a standard reactive move, letting a knight move d6 inches if an enemy unit ends a move within 9 inches. With no way to improve that die roll, it's a bit risky, but it can come in clutch in the right situation, getting you out of charge range or onto an objective. If you've played as or against knights, you'll be very familiar with Rotate Ion Shields, boosting the invulnerable save on one of your knights to a 4-up in the shooting phase. It can be a lifesaver in the right situations, but it merits some thought before using it. This detachment wants a little bit of everything, but largely favors a shooting-centric approach with some light melee support. The Crusader, Paladin, Errant, and Defender thrive in this detachment, both due to its detachment rule and the stratagem support. For the most part, you'll be moving your death ball of knights around the table, huddling them up to take advantage of the stratagems and support each other. You'll want hybrid units in this list who can shoot well to take advantage of assault, but also rumble in melee if they get tied down. Those knights will trend towards questoris and dominus chassis, as the buffs from this detachment affect both unilaterally. Simply put, assault, bonus movement, and grouped lethal hits are going to be a lot scarier on a pack of paladins and crusaders than they will be on some dinky armatures. As with any Knights list, some Imperial agents will be helpful for scoring, with cheap bodies on your home objective and an assassin to jump around and play the secondary game. Then let's go over the strengths and weaknesses. It's aggressive. With assault on all of your models and rerolls to help you get where you need to be, it's going to be difficult to pin this army down. Fantastic support. With access to stealth and lethal hits, this might be one of the best detachments for Knights in the game. It's flexible. Nothing here is tied to armatures or Titanic models, so everything you see works on everything else. Now unfortunately, that jack-of-all-trades approach does mean it's the master of none. While there's a lot here for everyone, nothing really outlines a concrete game plan aside from shoot stuff. It's easy to overextend. For the most part, Imperial Knights are a shooting army, and this detachment has you clump up and get in close. If you're not careful, you can get tied up easily. There's also no scoring support. With no way to sticky objectives or do actions more effectively, you'll be leaning on agents to do the boring stuff. For what is essentially the vanilla soft serve of Knights detachments, there's a lot to like here. There's no strong pull towards a particular playstyle or build, even if it does trend towards the bigger and shootier Knights. More than anything, it's flexible, and the kind of detachment that should work well with just about any collection of Imperial Knights. Its broadly useful bonuses and stratagems have us thinking this will do well in the competitive scene, where it'll be a worthy successor to the now retired Noble Lance. If you want to read more about this detachment and check out a sample list, head over to goonhammer.com. Now why don't you run full tilt into that subscribe button and support us on Patreon to ensure we keep making videos like this one. You'll also get Discord access, extra features in tabletop battles, and bonus podcasts. I've been Goofus McGallant, and if at first you don't succeed, charge again. Thanks for watching.